beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. It's Elesa. So today's look is more focused on like a nude kind of goldy toned look, but I did something different with my eyes than I really I don't think I've ever done this before, but I really like it and I think it kind of defines the eyes a little bit better and it just looks really good. And with that being said, let's get started. So today I'm going to be answering your guys' questions that you had for me on Instagram that you guys asked probably a couple weeks ago now, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about that while I do my makeup. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of primer, and this is going to be the Hourglass Cosmetics Mineral Primer of Viel, and we're going to pop this on right under my eyes and my cheeks because those are my biggest pores. I don't want to have a whole lot done to my face. Forehead. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Mercier Tinted Free Moisturizer in both 1W1 Porcelain and 2W1 Bisque. I'm just going to mix them a little bit. One's too light and one's just a little bit too dark, so we're just going to make the perfect combo. Okay, so we have a little bit of that going on. Like, I really am not going to be putting a whole lot of foundation on. Or I guess this is not technically a foundation, but you know what I mean. Okay, the first one was, what is your favorite video that you've done so far? Ooh, I don't know. Honestly, I kind of just like the makeup tutorials. I would probably just say like makeup tutorials in general. So for this foundation, I really want to make sure that everywhere is covered, not just like that I'm not missing some spots on my face. So I'm going to focus more on that rather than like really heavy coverage. It's almost like this still looks like my normal skin, but it just kind of helps smooth out a little bit of everything, and I really like that. So now I'm actually going to go in with my Mercier Translucent Setting Powder in Glow, and I'm going to pop this like all over the face. Using just a big fluffy brush, I'm just going to literally start popping it all over. Kind of lightly, because I don't want to have like a blinding glow all over my face, but I want to kind of illuminate that whole face. Okay, so since we're going for like that kind of overall really natural look, I'm gonna go in with a really light contour. And so I'm gonna be using my tried and true Mercier Matte Bronzing Powder in number 1 Soleil. So I'm just gonna start lightly and just like buff it in as I go. Really start by buffing it into the hairline so you have a really nice flawless blend. Okay, the first question is about marketing. I'm just gonna talk about this because I'm a newly graduate. Oh my gosh. What aptitudes do you have to study marketing? I would say it depends from person to person because there's always different skills you can bring to the table for marketing. It's not like you always have to be the super creative person who comes up with like the ads, for example. You can be the analytics, you can be looking at big data, you can be the creative person or a part of a team who comes up with a creative idea for a campaign, or you can also be the critique of an ad. One of my professors worked at State Farm, if you know what that is. So she would look over the copy of the ad itself before it was like finalized and put out into the market. So yeah, there's a lot of different personalities that go into marketing. There's not just like one set of person that can only do marketing. If you want a general idea, you probably want to be kind of creative, at least enjoy the creative process, because there's a lot of creative processes in marketing. So you want to be comfortable with that. Being comfortable with people as well, because you're going to be usually working with a team. You can work by yourself, but usually you're part of a team and like you come together, you work on something, and then you go home and do your parts, come back together. So being comfortable with people, obviously there's going to be a lot of presentations and she's probably comfortable with that, but they're not really scary presentations. It's really not like that. It's more, I found my presentations were more chatty. So you just like chat about what your ideas are, what your goals are, what you found, what your research says about the campaign that you're doing. It's a lot of like justifying why you did what you did, more so than like trying to like sell something. You kind of are doing that, but not at the same time, because you're backing up your research with solid proof. So you don't have to be like a perfect salesperson. Like, no, it's not that. You just literally back it up with proof and that's your presentation. So for the eyebrows, I'm gonna be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm just going to lightly color in those brows and just like fix them up a little bit. This person asks about my workout routine. I have changed my workout routine, and honestly, I'm still really tweaking it. I am not perfect by any means, but I used to do like more heavyweight lifting than I did kind of cardio-based workouts. And now I've kind of switched that. So I like to do more Pilates, yoga type of workouts. And I am no expert by any means. I literally started like 2 weeks ago in my room watching YouTube videos. But it feels really good, and it's just a lot different than what I used to do. So I used to go to the gym, lift kind of heavy weights. I mean, nothing crazy, but enough where I was gaining, you know, muscle mass. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want. But I didn't know what I wanted. Like, I knew I wanted to get in shape and I wanted to feel good and be healthy, but I didn't like have any goals in mind really. And so I just kind of did whatever, and it worked. And then I was just like, I don't know if this is like my thing. Like, I just got super bored with it and I needed to change up my routine bad. So now I've started to do a little bit of yoga, and it's so different than what I ever did, but I like it a lot. Okay, so my eyebrows are good to go. So for blush, I'm gonna be using my Mercier Blush Color Infusion in Rosé, and we're just gonna kind of start on the temples and bring it down very lightly. I like to go in circles so it like kind of evenly blends out the whole blush. See kind of how it like almost diffuses it? That's what I really like. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of excess of that on this brush and just pop it on the bridge of my nose. Yeah. Ooh. So we have a little bit of color, glow, and bronze back to the face, which I think looks really nice. Okay, taking a Caviar stick by Mercier, again, imagine that. I'm gonna be using the shade Vanilla Kiss and pop this on my lids. And I'm gonna use my finger to just kind of blend it out. I just want this as like a primer, not really for color. So going with my full exposure palette by Smashbox, I'm gonna be using the nude shade right here. I honestly don't even know what it's called. I'll put it in the description box. It's just a really nice faint nude. This is like the prettiest palette ever. It has like the perfect neutral tones literally ever. I'm just gonna pop this all over my lids. Really all over. Just kind of sticks to that color really nicely. Taking a big fluffy brush, we're gonna go in that same palette, and right above it is this pretty gold, and we're just gonna use that and put that in the crease. Oh, this is so pretty. I feel like this kind of shimmer in the crease complements that whole kind of glow on the face really, really nicely. So there's like just a little bit darker gold right next to it. This one right here. And I'm gonna go into that and put just the slightest bit on top of that to kind of help define it just a little bit more. So using an eyeshadow brush, we're gonna go in with this gold right here and bring that right under the eyes. Kind of make those eyes look nice and sparkly. Okay, so now we're gonna go with some liner. So I'm gonna actually line the bottom waterline and then just kind of flick it just slightly. Just to give my eye a little bit of a shape, but not like the full-on cat eye look. it just kind of like defines the eye, and I actually really like it. Okay, I literally just lined the waterline, and I brought it in just the slightest on the inner corner, and then can you see I flicked it just a little bit, and it's like not even perfect, but when you stand back, there is like a little bit of a different shape to your eye. So I have to look down and do this. I'm gonna go finish this off camera, but literally so easy. I just lined my waterline, that's all I did. So now just to kind of top it off, I'm gonna super lightly line the top lashes just to make my lash line look darker than what it is. I don't wanna look like I'm wearing eyeliner on the top at all. That's not the goal here. We just wanna make the lashes look, like the whole lash line look darker. That's it. Okay, so for lips, we're gonna be using the, you already know, Mercier Rosewood Longwear lip liner, and I'm just gonna line those lips. So now we're gonna take some lip gloss. This is in the shade Cosmic. It's like lip glace. Oh my gosh, I answered so many questions. Wow, I'm really bad at this. Which highlighter and blush do you prefer to use? Well, speaking of such, I love to use, oops, I dropped it, the Diorskin Nude Air. I should have this memorized. I use this in like every single makeup tutorial, and you guys are probably getting really sick of it, but I really like to use it all the time, and I love it. So this one. And speaking of which, we're gonna just pop it all over, girl. All over. Oh. Dang, that was way more than I expected. Okay, I'm just gonna like buff it in, maybe, and on my nose. Okay, so I'm gonna curl my lashes real fast. Make sure you always curl your lashes. It really does make a difference. Okay, so there's this new Caviar Volume mascara from Mercier that I've been using lately. Usually I use Definicils, right? I love letting come Definicils, but this one's really fun to use lately. I've actually been switching it up, which is like unheard of for me, but I like this a lot. So we're just gonna go in and lightly comb through those lashes. Focus on getting the root of your lashes and go up. Go up, not out. Your lashes are gonna be like longer if you go up. So I literally fail to do it all the time. Make sure you get those inner lashes. I feel like that really makes a difference in the look of your makeup. It just kind of helps fan everything. It looks really pretty, and I literally always forget to do that, but I'm so mad when I do because it looks way better when I do. Ooh, this is different, but I like this a lot. This is super fun. I'm sorry I was really bad at answering questions. I kind of forgot doing it halfway through, so sorry. But I love how this turned out. This turned out really simple.